Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play The Park. So let's get into it.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
Alright, let's go find that bear. Camera moves around really quickly. Let's see. Guess there's no running.
Attention patrons, the park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
Not many people here. I don't know what the vans are for. I don't imagine the employees, all of them, own vans. Alright, information.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath. Think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
How did he squeeze through this?
Callum, I told you to wait in the car.
Come on, Mommy!
But ah, great. Let's use the restroom. No, we won't. Jeez. Stop it for a moment. Oh, here we go. Welcome to Atlantic Island Park. When I first came to visit Solomon Island, I fell deeply in love with its natural beauty. It's a scenic place, and I created many of my best memories here. I wanted to create a place that captures the essence of Solomon Island, a place where families would bring their children to create memories of their own. I invite you to explore this park that we have created, from the Ferris wheels, which reveals the local lighthouse for the best views of the area, to the sideshow alley where we have many fascinating games and objects from the local area to explore. Enjoy! Nathaniel Winters, middle page. Chad the Chipmunk recommends. For the little ones, try the Tunnel of Tales for a gentle, family-friendly retelling of timeless fairy tales. If that sounds a little too slow, grab an adult and jump on the bumper cars. Full throttle, run for everyone. Full throttle, fun for everyone. For the teens, pump up your adrenaline by going through a spin cycle on the Octotron, then defy the laws of gravity on our award-winning roller coaster. Finish it all up in the House of Horrors, but be warned, it might scare all the fun out of you. For the big ones, take a romantic spin on the Ferris wheel with your significant other and take in the natural beauty of Solomon Island. Follow it up with a stroll through the exotic sights and wild games of the Sideshow Alley. There truly is something for everybody at Atlantic Island Park. Once you've left Atlantic Island Park, there is still so much to do here on Solomon Island. Present this brochure to your local business partners to have big cash. Place to eat. Sunshine Deli. Whether a light snack or something more substantial, the Sunshine Deli can find a way to satisfy your cravings. Susie's Diner. Laid-back dining in the heart of Kingsmouth. Susie's is the place to go to meet friendly locals and sample her famous canned preserves. The Lobster Trap. When in Maine, eat lobster. The Lobster Trap has the freshest, finest seafood that exists. Reservations are recommended. Place to sleep. Overlook Motel. Run by Eddie Stone, the Overlook Motel has the best beds on the island for the most reasonable prices. And the best part is that the motel is located just a few hundred meters up the road from Atlantic Island Park. Jack and Wendy's bed and breakfast. For those who prefer a more intimate setting, Jack and Wendy have several beds available. They are very popular during the season, so call early to avoid disappointment. Well, sounds like this theme park has everything going for it. Atlantic Island Park. Nathaniel Winter welcomes you to... Alright, let's go.
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Oh, he disappeared quick. Oh, jeez, what's going on? Okay, things just went really dark, really quickly. And this is going faster. What's going on? Well, it was day when he left. It's dark, and he just got to the top.
The park. What happened here?
Ah. Cool. Light.
Callum, stay where you are!
You can't catch me.
Little brat. Get over here. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. We lost him. Oh, there he is. I think. Great. He's gone. He's gone forever. Sneaking Callum. Kids just don't listen.
I think this belongs to Callum.
He just got so excited he couldn't keep his shoes on.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Chad the Chipmunk welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Chad can be seen daily at ice sculpting shows in the following locations. 11 a.m. Sideshow Alley, 1 p.m. the Octotron, 3 p.m. Park entrance. Graffiti. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes the fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. Oh, jeez. Chad doesn't look too great. Well, I'm going to the bathroom.
What is this about?
Purchase the land on Solomon Island for a pittance, I might add. Whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, just the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters from the... My lawyer had arranged everything in advance, but the realtors still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. He took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winters, But the soil here is bitter with a curse carried from the old country. Old man Henderson, he did terrible dark things. The land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision for this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park. The name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazingly horrible. Here we go. I don't know what's going on with the whispering, though. Do I
Callum,
have
stay where you are.
to go onto the rides? Jeez. Well, let's go.
Come on, Mommy.
Did you just... Oh my gosh. This kid. This kid. Okay. Perfectly serene. Graphics on the water are pretty good, though. Oh, and the lights.
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. "What will become of us?" the woodcutter asked his wife one night. "I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there." "No, my wife, I cannot do that," said the man. "Then we will all 4 starve, you fool." Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. "Do not fret, Gretel," Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day.
This is a horrible story.
Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white
Oh,
stones behind them as they
jeez.
pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a
Why,
while,
Chad?
then follow the trail back to their parents' house.
Stop looking at me, Chad.
After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
Great. It's a horrible story for a
Hansel
kid's
broke his
ride.
bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house? An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you. But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed.
No! Don't do it! This is why you don't accept candy from strangers.
Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. Your brother will make a good mouthful, the old witch told Gretel. Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him. Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
This is awful. This should not be a children's ride. Oh, great. What do you want? Yeah, you just turn yourself back over there. Do your job, you stinking swan. Get me off this nightmare. And of course, my boy can't stay still. Great. Ah. Where did it
Hansel
go?
and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws.
Alright, where did he go? Here, boy.
Another accident. This place.
What is going on? Park maintenance. Oh, that's what those vans are. There's the bear. Despite the constant interruptions to work, Atlantic Island Park will be opening on time. The governor has booked to cut the ribbon, so the only question is whether we will have any customers. I'm not truly worried. The customers will come out of simple curiosity. I deduced what was needed from the band writings of R.K. Henderson. It's astonishing to think that a resonance of positive emotions can be used to fuel such a process. Henderson himself chose to use negative, and that caused some of the taint that still lingers in this place. I will not make his mistake. Very soon, I will know if this has all been for nothing. Okay. Is that my bear? No? What's the bear doing driving the maintenance van? Come out, bear! What does this bear look like? Is there something here? No. No, there is not. It's just dark, rolling rocks. Ferris wheel. Oh, jeez, this is probably where he's at now. Maybe. I don't see him.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy.
Really?
The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Eyewitness report, Atlantic Island Park Incident Officer on duty, Sheriff F. Bannerman. Witness named Creed Norman. Statement. We were waiting for our turn on the ride. Frank, me and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit was making an ice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly. I know. Anyway, the chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice, and at first we thought he was making some animal like a tiger or a lion. But as more and more ice fell away, when you first looked, it was like a human face, smiling out of the block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions, something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster, like you were prey, and that thing in the ice was a hunter. But then these teenagers walked up, and one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit, and then, well, he went berserk. For a few moments, it was chaos. Everybody was running away from the guy, who had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he was stabbing with the ice pick, and blood was spraying, and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids, and we were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw, before Frank dragged me away, was the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. Jeez. Okay. Do we have to get on this ride? This thing is terrible. It's going. on. Is there anything else?
I can't get on while it's moving.
I have to stop it somehow? Can I stop it? I can. Okay, so this is to decrease the speed. Almost. Well. Alright, let's go in. Not great. Oh no. Oh no. Oh jeez. What the heck are you? Oh, he's gone. Me off of this cursed ride. Who's in there? But he's gone. Weird. Right, so I came in through there. Let's go through this way.
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
Okay. Here we go. I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot of fun, but the end of the season here really drags. There aren't many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping. And most of the gossip is about Chad. I mean Steve. See? Even I am starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. It's that dang suit. In the beginning it was a laugh. Steve, the local lush, as Chad, the chipmunk child-friendly mascot, and Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughter and all of that. But the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. At first it was little things like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner, still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained, discreetly, to the park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winters, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by, and apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him, puking up in a gutter outside Stackle Station because he sure as heck can carve a man. Because he sure as heck can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today. Lucky me. And he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seems like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, whatever he was doing. I asked him what he wanted, and he just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually, I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Steve, wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Laura Henman. Good choice. Oh, jeez. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's right, you just keep on breathing. What kind of demonic statue is this? No wonder why this place doesn't maintain good business. Everything is freaky.
Constant crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat.
Let's go through the entrance, or the exit, or whatever.
No, please no.
What?
Stop, doctor! Stop it, please!
Were you like insane or something? Okay. Looks like she just came out of the insane asylum or something. Well. Let's ride. Maybe. Pretty dark. There's no way this place can maintain the business not having customers. Is this my ride? Oh. Read. Employee name, Francis Defresne. Date, 25th October 1976. Joe titles and departments. Laborer working on the crane. Richard Stapleton. Lawrence Creed. Michael Edward. Brief description of the accident or incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing the cascade of bumper cars into Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Described any injuries caused. Francis was killed. Jeez. Did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employer's portion of work compensation form? Yes. Supervisor comment. Dexter, the truck driver claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with the urine samples. What could have been done to prevent this incident? Double checking of the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screening for all drivers. Have the unsafe conditions been corrected? No. Employer or supervisor's signature. Illegible signature. Date 25 October 1976. Additional comments notes. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk the park and exercise the spirits. Oh no. Can I leave? Oh no. okay? What's going on? You clearly want me to go this way, so let's go.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
So they locked her up. I mean, it's very irresponsible to leave your kid in the car, especially during summer. Jeez. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, and so they believe a lot of rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that is why I chose this site over all the potentials. Solomon Island is a nexus of dark energies, and the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here, it makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out that they do, and it turns out that the Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plan that I am missing. What plan is he looking for? Well, since we're here, we may as well go on. Forget about looking for our boy. Let's have fun with some rides. Okay. Ooh, a note.
So they are going to close this place down. Doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me either. State Bureau of Fair Sites Inspection, Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, State Inspector Report, inspection date September 22nd, 1980. Result unsafe, close the park. Inspector Connect. After touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidents suffered here in the park, it is the inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. While I understand that there is a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the Senator, I nevertheless suggest that such political considerations be set aside in condemning Atlantic Island Park. The rides at first glance appear well constructed and maintained, but the sheer number of incidents in the park during the last few years and during construction lead me to believe that there is something wrong at the base level of construction, and we should close the park and fully investigate these flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of fatalities in the park since opening only 2 years ago. Family of 3 killed when a roller coaster car derailed. 14 separate incidents of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octotron. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured in the escalator. Over a dozen children reported missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. Run reports of drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. The sheer volume of incidents mean that this is the strongest. That means that it is my strongest recommendation that Atlanta Island Park be closed immediately. Signed, David Wolfson. Yeah. Sounds pretty good to stop that. Alright, let's slow this thing down. The fact that you can increase the speed means we're going to be flying when we get on this ride. Here we go. Riding on the Ferris wheel. Quick to slow. The night sky is beautiful though.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel.
Oh,
Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
well then. She's had a pretty horrible life as a parent so far. Alright, clown, let me off. And of course, the clown is gone. Let's make this thing go. Doesn't make it go so fast. Alright, well, that's the next speed. Oh man.
I can't get on while it's moving.
Alright. Sounds awful. Perfect. Let's leave it that way. Oops, I went the wrong way. Oh well. Moving destruction on my way. So, we went that way. So I guess we'll go this way. Oh, there's one Ferris cart. Let's take roller coaster ticket. Spin, sugar. Oh, jeez. What does the ticket do for me? And where's this kid's teddy bear? Let's take a gander real quick. good is the ticket? I was able to get on by myself. I think this is a waste of shit. Yeah. I don't need a ticket. There's nobody here. Alright, let's just go. Gosh, we got that other thing going really fast too.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit.
Oh my
My
goodness.
angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Alright, you're a horrible parent. I'm playing a horrible parent. Jeez. Life's not that bad.
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before.
I think I want to go this way. Oh, no, I do want to go this way. Okay, here we go. Wait. Oh, it's too late. I'm already on here. Let's have some fun on the roller coaster. Man, this thing's got very few rides so far. Oh. Here we go. Oh, roller coasters.
What do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was
Behind
taught.
me.
He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Oh no.
Tell me where my son is.
The witch has him now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
And this is the worst part about roller coasters. Oh no. Oh jeez. Pretty playing so far. Oh. I missed that. It's a four. Not sure. No. Okay. That wasn't too bad. climb was really long. Alright. A hatchet? Oh, a flashlight. Don't mind if I
The
do.
witch awaits.
Cool. This way.
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can't save him. There will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
Okay. Where am I going? Oh, I'm not going that way. That must have been going to the roller coaster, or not the roller coaster, the Ferris wheel. What was that? Laughing clowns.
The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Cotton Candy Corpse leaves our tastes in park goers' mouths by Hal Laurel. Yesterday evening, visitors of Atlantic Island Park were shocked and horrified by the discovery of a dismembered corpse behind the cotton candy stand. According to the local authorities, the corpse has yet to be identified. However, they have confirmed that the remains appear to be those of a child. The corpse was discovered by a group of teenagers from Innsmouth Academy who noticed a pair of ravens tugging at something just out of sight behind the shack. Nathaniel Winter, the owner of Atlantic Island Park, has released the following statement. It is a true tragedy. When something less this occurs, especially in a place that was designed to bring forth happiness and joy. The staff of Atlanta Island Park offer their condolences to the family and friends of the victims and will cooperate fully with authorities to help bring this case to rest. The Solomon Chronicles will provide daily updates on this story going forward. Huh. All right. Jeez.
This isn't a game, Callum! Callum, where are you?
Oh.
Come back!
Follow the breadcrumbs.
I'm not playing anymore, Callum!
Keep them away from me.
What?
I can help you, Callum.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Stop running away, Callum.
Callum? Callum!
Don't let the witch put me in the oven.
I can help you, Callum.
Alright, well, we're going to stop it here. And we'll continue our journey to find Callum on the next one. If you like this game at all, or you want me to continue doing it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll end it at Whack-a-Jack Whack. See ya.